If somebody's ringing up with a cash flow problem, I think the first thing we'd need to go in there is have a look at the company from a holistic point of view, from an aerial shot, if you like, and see, really where we're at. Is this a viability issue? Are we short of cash because we simply aren't able to sell our business? It just isn't working. So that's the first thing we've got to weed out. And then if we're looking at it and it is a cash flow issue, then we would start looking at things like our cash conversion cycle. Are our payments and receipts synchronized? What can we do to sort of smooth those out? Putting a cash flow forecast in place, working on that is probably one of the biggest things to give the director the reins back and their financial team. Once we're looking at those sorts of things and we've implemented them, then we can get a much better idea of how things are running, and where the isolated issues crop up, we can then look to adjust accordingly. Again, putting things like templates in place for making sure that credit control is up to date. That's another huge thing. Running down the costs of a company. Again, it's amazing. We can ask people, if they're comfortable to do this, of course, is to look at a last quarter bank statements, and we go through it with a highlighter. What's this? What's this? Oh, that's an old phone. Did you know about this? There's an old phone contract on it. And we can look to just strip out some costs. I mean, you've got to be on top of who your suppliers are, how much you're paying, and these other things that can all add up to help overcome, cash flow problems. So there's lots of things that we can do, but each company is unique. But it's important that we get in there and get an understanding of that company before we can really start to analyse it and work on fixes. In terms of if a customer or director or board would come to us to raise funds, then we have an extensive list of financiers and brokers that we use. I've worked quite closely with some of the invoice factoring companies over the years, which, if we're talking about cash flow, tends to be something which is very useful, very instantaneous. We can get a facility turned around very, very quickly if we have to, all the way through to bridging loans, standard loans, asset-based lending. So we've got a bit of a suite of financing options for clients should they need them.